Hello, my name is Andrew Kirsch with another video for those who are interested in a career with CSIS. But this one really is more broad for anybody who's interested in a career of national security, but doesn't quite know where to look or what exactly they'd be interested in doing. I get this question a lot. I'm interested in national security. I'd like to get involved. I don't know exactly what I want to do in this space. So I kind of have two pieces of advice. I'd like to share them with you now, and then happy to answer any additional questions you have. If you want to email me at info@kirschgroup.ca. So, first piece of advice I give, it's a piece of advice my brother gave me, and I think it's great and works for any context, but especially here. It's how do you want to spend your day? And the reason that's important is because at CSIS, the role of an intelligence officer is twofold. You are an analyst, and that is somebody who is sitting behind a desk at a computer, really synthesizing large amounts of information, overseeing a national security investigation, reading reports, putting together memos, strategizing about any information gaps, and trying to come up with plans and solutions to fill those gaps. And that's the analyst role. It's pretty regular hours, can be very busy, but it's once again in the office, kind of behind the computer, doing that research and reporting. And the second role is the field investigator, which is more the social butterfly, knocking on doors, getting tasking from the analysts and HQ to collect information and go knock on doors and talk to people and have coffees and conversations and gather information from people, recruit sources. And that is fun, but also not for everybody. It can be very stressful. So it sounds like fun to go out and about, but even though you do a lot of research and think you know who's behind that door, you never really know who's behind that door, and that can be tough and challenging. Hours are a little more irregular. You can be working late at night, doing a lot more talking with people, also having to write some reports. But those are kind of your two key roles. And so I say, how do you want to spend your day? Where are you more comfortable? What are you more interested in? What is going to be enjoyable? You'll have to do both, but some jobs, not just at CSIS, but other places, have more of one element or the other, kind of at the desk, reading information, and the other one being the kind of field investigator and collector. The second piece of advice that I give is, I was working in finance when I decided to join CSIS, and that's largely because while I was studying the markets, whenever I had a lunch break and I was eating food in front of the computer, I was looking at national security articles. I was reading about Canadian troops going to Afghanistan and other kind of intelligence, articles and information on national security. It didn't really align with my job in finance. And so I tell people, if you can take a moment when you have free time and see what you're looking at online or reading about, and you want to align what you do professionally with what you're passionate about, um, privately. And if you can sync those up, that's really going to be, you know, make your work much more enjoyable, make you better at it. And you might think, oh, I read about the news. Well, what exactly are you reading about, and what gets you interested? Because I can tell you that if you're reading about financial crime and crypto and money laundering, like that's not CSIS, right? That's not a part of the CSIS Act. But if you're reading about intelligence and national security, maybe it is. So really think about what you're interested in. I when I was at CSIS near the end of my career, and I had a few minutes, I was reading a lot about politics and government, and I kind of that's when I started to clue in that maybe it's time for me to do something else. So for all those interested in career in national security and are just trying to figure out where they fit in, my two kind of larger pieces of advice are: how do you want to spend your day? What exactly do you see yourself doing, getting some enjoyment from as far as the activities of your job? And then what do you look at in your spare time, read about in your spare time? And can you make that a part of your professional career? If you can do that and have a day that is enjoyable to you, you're going to be doing all right. So good luck. Once again, email me info@kirschgroup.ca if you have any questions or would like me to answer any questions. And yeah, like, subscribe, and look forward to speaking soon. Bye now.